Look. If you don't want to make that change within yourself, it's not going to get better. This might not apply to everybody, but if you feel like you're rock bottom, okay, and you're hoping for a better day, but you literally are doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results, that's the definition of insanity. You are provided with a choice every day. You are provided with multiple choices throughout the entire day. Take that choice, make that change. You've identified a problem. You're saying you're rock bottom. Got it. You're there now. There's only one way, and it's up. So change your mindset. Use that choice and go a freaking different direction. Love y'all. Faceman VTT out.
Day 3 of retirement. As an infantryman, I was asked if I could clean the sink. So let's look at this. Definitely some kind of grime on there. And I open up the cabinet. What do I use? Nothing comes to mind. Like my experiences, my skill set. Nothing. Wait a minute. Everyone knows this is how you clean everything. Infantry, retired.
You can just take it.
Would you like a military discount?
Do you offer one?
Honest cap of the day.
Thank you.
CC's Pizza is the county fair of restaurants. You go in there, you look around, you feel a little bit better about yourself, then you realize that you're in there too. Tell me I'm wrong. Well, let's be honest. You know, not everybody's made for this life. It's scary. You know, you gotta jump out of a plane while it's moving. That's not natural. It's high, it's fucking wet outside sometimes. It's snowy, it's hot, it's dry, it's shitty. Who the fuck would want to be airborne? Best job I ever had.
This is the Veteran Trash Talk Hour, hosted by Nick, Dave, and Buddy. Real warriors making fun of other real warriors. Try to not get triggered.
Happy Saturday, everybody. Welcome to episode 128 of the Trash Talk Hour. Special guest today is Kevin from Farm 2 Veteran. And today I'm joined by Buddy and Chris. Happy Saturday, everyone.
Hey, what's going on? How things?
Yeah.
Where's Nick? Speaking of farms, did he get a cucumber stuff somewhere that he's not?
I think he's playing golf with his elitist friends. You know?
No, something about getting scouted by the WNBA or something.
Oh, he's
transitioning so he can compete. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Nice.
I think he's at the golf
course,
honestly.
you know? Good for him.
Probably.
Yeah.
This is like 2 shows in a row now? Or no, he was on last show.
No, he was last show.
It's been like twice in
the last
30
3
days. Yeah.
Hey,
When you're the CEO of Veteran Trash Talk, you just don't just let us little workers do our thing.
Yeah.
And,
Sometimes you got to take a break. You got to step back and really understand what's important in life.
No, I think honestly Nick is at a basketball game for his daughter, so good luck to her.
Yeah, both of them actually. Both of them had tournaments pop up this weekend.
Yeah, so good luck to both of them. I know they're gonna kick ass, and
Well, they better, because if they don't, Nick's gonna talk shit to them.
Yeah, he said he might stop in later on.
I can't imagine being one of Nick's daughters when they have a poor performance. Like, what are you even doing out there?
You realize second place is the first loser.
You know who's on the back.
First, you're last.
You know whose name's on the back of that jersey, right? It's mine. It's my name, dude. You're a direct reflection of your leadership. What? What did you say?
You better represent that name, Cottrell. Damn it!
I was a D1 athlete. You better live up to it.
Yeah.
When you lose. We add more L's to your name. Is going to be Cottrell.
Ding, 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 ding. Oh, snap. Well, shit. Hey, looks like we're going to have a good time today. Usually I cover the conspiracy, but Kevin came on and he was like, hey, I got a conspiracy for you guys. which kind of ties into everything that he does. And Chris is gonna, formally introduce him in a bit. So, Kevin, we're gonna hand it over to you. I had something planned. I'm gonna do it next weekend, and the floor is yours, brother. Tell us what your conspiracy is all about.
Thank you, gentlemen. All right, so in January of 2023, we all started seeing on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok how people with small flocks of chickens in their backyard all started saying how their chickens stop laying eggs at the same time. Now, normally, if you think one video goes viral, it's kind of happenstance, right? But when a topic goes viral across every social media platform at the same time, that means hundreds of thousands of people are saying the same thing over and over again. Mm-hmm. Now, what could possibly make millions of chickens stop laying at the exact same time? Well, the conspiracy theory is that Purina, the food maker, it's the nation's largest bagged chicken food producer. Most of these people were using that chicken food. So the theory is that Purina was either had their food tainted inadvertently by a foreign government to destabilize the food supply type thing, or the government itself did it. What do you guys think?
Woo!
So I have a question.
I'll go ahead. Yeah.
I have a question on this first. Wasn't this about the same time that eggs jumped to
prices increased?
Yeah,
it was
doubled and tripled.
So right.
So
well, that's why
decreases, so the prices increase. That's why. Yeah.
Exactly. That was the same time.
Okay. Well, first I want to say what's up to everybody in the chat. Hey, Brian, thanks for tuning in. Hey, Rebecca. Hey, Linda. Bobby Lee. Rob, thank you for the stars. Rebecca already said aliens. Obviously, that would be my answer usually. It's always the aliens. I think it was, I guess I did hear about this. So, was there wasn't like a bird flu going on or something that maybe caused them to not be able to produce those eggs? And then the feed, what they were getting was 100% the Illuminati, because they were trying to reduce, eggs for us and kill the population because they want to do population control. So 100% Illuminati put stuff into their feed. The chickens weren't laying eggs. Somehow they figured it out, and so they stopped doing it before their cover was blown. And that's my take. Illuminati.
Nice.
One more thing. Weren't there a bunch of farms that were burning down too? Is this around the same time?
Yeah, so that's slightly before this. I can go into all this, but yeah. I want to hear your guys' theory.
Okay. That was where I was going to go. Is that it by itself? If eggs just stopped, or if chickens stopped laying eggs, and they were all using Purina, I'd be like, oh, okay, Purina had a problem, because when it was going on, all of these home farmers just changed feed, and as soon as they changed feed,
all of it happened.
Started producing again, and people were like, "Oh, they're not laying because it's winter. They're not laying because of this, that, or the other." And they were like, "No, I've had these chickens for years, and they've laid. They slow down in the winter, but they still lay eggs. But when I changed their food from Purina to this other food, they've started." Laying eggs again. But that, in conjunction with all of these food distributors, these warehouses and plants catching fire or blowing up or doing whatever, it leads to think that maybe there's something else. I don't know why.
So you're saying maybe it was an Illuminati? Rebecca says government control with microchips.
Well, I mean, let's face it. To control a population, you do need to control their food source.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
100%.
And normal Americans have gotten so far away from the source of their actual food that if you were to cut that source off, that's why I keep I've said it before. All these people in these big cities that keep voting Democrat, and their Democratic vote keeps affecting rural places, don't understand where their food comes from, because at the end of the day, if a farmer goes, you know what, fine, I'm not going to produce, or I'm not going to.
It's just made in the store. It's just made in the store, buddy.
Yeah, well, you know how long New York
Ground
City
beef
would
doesn't
last?
have a face, but
Yeah,
come
it's
on
not.
now.
It's not an animal. It's just produced in a store and then thrown on the shelf. Come on.
You can make plant-based meat. From what I've heard, you can do that, but that takes a lot of plants. Like what people don't understand is
Plants have feelings too, buddy.
Yeah, I guess. But if I don't know if you've ever been around any cows, but pretty much all they do all day is fucking eat. So and if
they
you're
eat
just
plants.
not gonna do anything but graze all day on leafy vegetables, I guess have a good time. But if you want to get stuff done, you might want to grab a burger. Just saying.
Okay, so you're definitely saying some sort of government involvement. Maybe it was like a test to see how.
I don't know about government
like
involvement.
a beta test, like to run it and see.
I don't know. I don't know about government involvement, but there's so many other the government is like probably third tier on like who can actually. Bill Gates owns more farms than anybody else in the world.
McDonald's.
Basically.
Look at how many farms McDonald's owns. They farm all their own stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So government is probably like the second or third people that I would worry about. I would more worry about, somebody had cornered the market on eggs and was sad that they were having to sell them for, pennies on the dollar, and they figured they could just jack the prices up for a little bit by, taking something out of food. I don't know.
Chris, what's your take?
I would definitely say there was something to it rather than just dumb luck.
I'm kind of with Buddy on that. And, like you said, we couldn't go out during COVID, so we started getting our own way to make our own eggs. Yeah. And the egg people were losing all their money, so they're like, maybe we can stop them somehow. And I don't know, was it radio frequencies they sent out? I'm sorry, I've been watching the Skinwalker Ranch fucking thing from the History Channel and all the things that mess with that. Maybe it was that.
It's the big antenna in New York, right, buddy? The big antenna.
Maybe, or maybe it was something in the feed because, like Kevin said, that's the most common chicken feed out there. Yeah. What if they put something in the feed to stop the egg? Right. Yeah. You got big chicken like Big Pharma. It's big chicken.
Yeah.
Purina. Purina and Tyson's did something about that because not only are they going to be able to stop the egg laying to produce eggs, but that's also how they produce baby chicks too.
Yep. Yeah, real quick, Rebecca in the chat says, wouldn't be the first time Purina screwed up their food and killed a bunch of animals. It was dogs last time.
I remember hearing about that.
Yeah.
It was killing dogs left and right.
Yep.
Yeah. So I think it was somebody high up, not necessarily governmental, but somebody was losing a lot of money and had to find a way to stop it.
Yeah, well, that's why, especially when it comes to dogs, you have to go and buy the farm fresh broccoli cheddar meat cube that you cut up and give to your dogs. Because I don't know if you know this, but in the wild, dogs oftentimes hunt broccoli.
Oh, absolutely.
They love Brussels sprouts and broccoli.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's why they got those canine teeth, so they can kebab them.
Lions are vegetarian too, buddy. Did you know that?
That's right.
So.
They don't actually eat zebras.
Yeah. Or gazelles. That's just tag. That's called the safari tag.
Yeah.
What they're doing.
Yeah, polar bears are vegetarian too.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Did you hear? Speaking of polar bears, there's a funny story that's kind of off topic, but there was a rare albino brown bear that was born in Alaska. Some people found it, thought that somebody had kidnapped a polar bear and brought it to Alaska, so they tranquilized it and sent it. They tranquilized it and sent it to the Antarctic or the Arctic or whatever.
Oh Jesus!
And so this brown bear is freezing its ass off. Somebody finally noticed, tranquilized it again, took it back to Alaska.
Oh my God!
It again and took it back to fucking Antarctica.
No.
They made 3 or 4 trips back and forth.
Jesus Christ!
Road trips and shit.
At one point, they dyed it, they tranquilized it and dyed it brown so that people would quit fucking with it and taking it back to the Antarctica.
No.
But then it hibernated and the hair fell out and grew back. And when it grew back, it was white again. That went back to Antarctica. Could you imagine that?
Dude, how pissed would you be as a bear?
The fact that he survived in Antarctica.
It's because I'm white, right?
You're just tromping around Alaska, grabbing salmon. You know what I mean? And all of a sudden, you get some hot dart in your ass, and you're like, "Fuck, not again, dude!" Like those polar bears. And then you show up, and the polar bears are like, "Hey man, where the fuck your clothes at? Like, what are you doing?"
And that's brutal too, because
It's the only bear that was wintering.
The polar bears
in,
are like
in
the only ones that
Alaska
are like
and summering in
eat only
Antarctica.
meat. You know, they only eat meat. All the other bit because they don't really have much else.
Other bears are omnivores.
So this motherfucker was struggling, probably, man. He had to go fishing and shit. He might have become like super intelligent too, though. Now,
yeah.
You know,
But,
maybe he's
and
just like
that brown bear just showed up and was like, "Hey, dog, can y'all hook me up with like a penguin or something?
Give me a fish or something."
Hey, can you point me to like a fucked up seal? I can go with it. You know what I mean? Like,
where's the where do you feed the kids at?
I'm not really good at this hunting shit. Yeah.
Hey, all I need is $3.25. We're out of gas. We're trying to get back to Alaska. People keep dropping us off here. Like, fuck you, dude.
See the bear on the side of the fucking iceberg just hitchhiking.
Finally gets back there and he's like, "Fuck, man, I couldn't bear that cold."
Hey Jim, where'd you go? Fucking Americans took me to the Arctic again, the sons of bitches.
I think it's aliens, dog. Aliens.
Yeah.
It's cold.
I don't know, man. I fucking blacked out and woke up somewhere else. My ass hurt. I don't know what's going on.
My ass hurt and it's freezing cold outside. I don't know what's going on. And there's all these little dudes running around.
All right. We
tuxedos.
definitely went off topic with that.
Yeah, a little bit. Just a tap.
Worth it.
Kevin, tell us what happened with the chickens, man.
All right. So I've been running a farm for the past 13 years. I've had chickens for that entire time. We've been tracking egg production for the past decade. And so when I heard about this, I'm like, all right, would Purina really do that? Because we use Purina and our chickens didn't stop laying, right? So am I just getting a good batch? Like, what's going on here? Fundamentally, what I figured out is I called a buddy of mine over at the nation's largest hatchery. And he said that for the first time ever in 2020, they sold out of chickens. And that never happens. So if you think about it, if every other chicken is a male and female, right? It's a 50-50 production. Most hatcheries kill, sadly, 70% of all the chickens they produce.
Wow.
50% because no one wants males because they don't do anything but are evil, right? And then 30% of the females that no one wants to buy. They didn't kill one chicken in all of 2020. They sold everything.
Damn.
Now, think about that. That means, so his company's estimate, is that there's 1.4 million new chicken owners in the United States alone from 2020 alone. So this happened in the fall of 2022, right? So people got the chickens in the spring of 2020, and then in the fall of 2022, so 2.5 years later, all of a sudden their chickens stopped laying eggs. The reason is chickens stop laying eggs at 2.5 years old consistently. It'll come back, but just very, very limited, right? So
they're only good to lay eggs for like 2.5 years?
That's it, and then they stop.
Interesting.
So it's actually human psychology that caused this, right? Which is kind of cool, but very interesting.
It's not as cool as fucking Illuminati or aliens. Like, come on, man.
Or a Rothschild's conspiracy.
I don't know, Kevin. I don't trust you now.
Stop coming up with this logic.
You let me go on that whole rant and knowing the answer that whole time.
Jeez, stop giving us clarity over here. I want to stick with aliens.
Little buddy fucker action going on here. Cool. All right.
Goddamn logic. Get out of here with that
shit. I like
shit.
it. That's a power move. I like it, Kevin. I like what we're doing here.
Yeah.
Buddy, he flexed on you. What are you going to do?
Well, nothing. He fucking beat me with his wit. Everybody knows I'm not smart.
That's usually Buddy's thing. He's always the one providing the logic and saying, common sense would tell you that this is the way. But yeah, you beat him to it, Kevin.
Well, you guys were talking about the whole food conspiracy before that, right? Where farms were burning and all that. That actually was really interesting as well. That all started in June of 2022 with one video that went viral of a farmer who had like 1,200 cows die on his farm in Kansas. And someone got a video of it,
put it online. There was nothing. There was no audio to it besides like the radio going, so you knew it was America.
Mm-hmm.
This thing went super viral, and then once they did that, the corporate media said, "Oh, we can get clicks if we cover farm and meat processing fires."
Mm-hmm.
Those things burn all the freaking time, but no one ever covers them because they're in the middle of nowhere, and no one ever dies from it. Just animals that die. So they started covering it, and that's what caused all of it. Isn't that crazy?
Interesting.
Yeah.
I still say it was aliens. Whatever. I know. Thank you for
I think we need to
enlightening
talk
us,
about
Kevin.
aliens in Las Vegas. If you want to talk about aliens.
I blame
We already
Bill
talked
Gates.
about that, and Buddy does
Yeah, that was
not
last
believe in
show.
any of that and said it was wasting 4 minutes of his life after we watched that
No,
video.
that story wasted 4 minutes of my life.
Well,
That
Kevin,
is the dumbest news story I've ever seen in my entire life.
yeah,
I've seen a lot of news, and that was stupid. That was just.
there's a lot more coming out. There's actually video footage now that is actually out now of fucking
Oh yeah.
aliens.
Do they have any news of like with information as opposed to like we don't know what happened, but what we don't know happened was in Las Vegas. Da da da. That's all we know is that there are 3 facts. We're in Las Vegas. It was at night, and there were some Spanish-speaking gentlemen. Boom. Everything else kind of up in the air, like juggling balls.
Well, Buddy, it's your take, man. It's your turn, man. With the honesty cap, I heard you were going to bring it today and provide us with some.
I had 2. I was going to talk about people, but like adults talking about being bullied, but I'm over it. I'm just tired of even just giving it the time of day. But I don't know how. I know Kevin is quite rural, and there are some places that I travel that are a little bit on the rural side. And we all know that I'm not a big fan of homeless pets. I feel like they're just at that point regular ass animals, not homeless pets. But whatever. We've already done that. I think that there is an animal that people overlook, and like people talk about chickens crossing roads. Kind of segue into what we were talking about. Not a big deal. But I don't know about you, Dave. I know that there's some ponds around where you live, but I don't know if you've ever had a duck cross the road in front of your car. There are a couple places where I go that ducks frequent, and these pieces of shit.
What about geese?
Stupid little fuck geese, fuck ducks, fuck anything with a webbed foot, especially crossing the fucking road, because they walk across the road with their stupid little webbed feet like scuba divers that should just take them off and put them on their fucking hands with their fucking stupid little webbed feet crossing the fucking road.
Wiggly.
And they're so fucking slow, they stop, they look at you, and they look like hungover, half-drunk old men, and then they fucking wiggle their stupid little dumb faces across the fucking road. You can't run them over because they're just little fucking dumb ducks. But then you realize they got fucking wings. They could fly across that road. They could. Conspiracy. Yeah.
They're doing it to fuck with us.
The ducks and the geese are purposely fucking going across the road slow as shit to fuck my day up. And I personally am done with it. So,
buddy, never come to Fredericksburg then.
If you got fucking friends that are fucking, I don't even give a fuck if they have ducks, if they've got geese, if they play duck, duck, goose, let them know. For me, it's fucking on site. You have your fucking duck in the goddamn road, it's getting fucking run over next time. You tell that drunken, hungover piece of shit to get its stupid little fucking flipper fucking feet, swim or fucking fly. Stop fucking trying to walk. Don't try to fly. I ain't got wings. I don't try to fly. You got fucking stupid feet made for swimming. Just fucking swim.
All right,
I'm over.
Buddy, it's funny to bring that up because
in a while with Heat. That was good, man. I like
that. Here in Central Park at the local like town shopping center, there's a bunch of little ponds throughout, and every year without fail, the Canadian geese hang out here, and they raise their fucking families. Buddy, they raise their families, and all they do is walk.
Why are we just letting them fly in? They won't let us fly in. They won't let us go. Fuck those geese. You know what stops them? F-350s and pellet guns. I'm gonna drive by on some geese next time I see them. I'm telling you, Popping cap. Getting gangster. I'm gonna turn the gun sideways. Kill shot. That's what's happening.
Hey,
Rebecca,
buddy,
tell us how you really
wants
feel.
to
I
know
think he
why
did.
you're
And then
triggered
Brian
by
said
ducks.
he's triggered. Yeah,
I'm
for sure.
triggered because they're goddamn menaces. They're a menace to society. They know what they're doing. They're not fucking stupid, even though
They're purposely doing it. Yeah, because they can. Because they can.
They're here
Literally
like,
stop
hey, watch
fucking
this.
lines of
Here
traffic.
goes Buddy.
Yeah.
Fuck that guy. I'm gonna go stand in the middle of the road. Watch.
You know what? If you accidentally run into like a sparrow or like a blue jay, people don't even look at you. But if you barrel through a crowd of ducks by a pond
or geese,
oh my God, they look at you like you're the most horrible person.
Yes.
I just gave you Thanksgiving dinner for months. You could have one every day. You know what I mean? They look at you like
you're fucking Charles Manson or something.
They know what they're doing. They're stupid plumage, dumb feet, idiots. Fucked up.
All right.
I'm
Wow.
not only that. I'm starting a petition to boycott Duck Goose in school.
I'll sign. I support my friends. I'll sign.
Where do I sign, buddy?
No other reason.
Hey, where's the change.org fucking link?
Yeah, there's no other reason than their dumb fucking faces. I hate them. I hate them.
Okay, I want a T-shirt now that says "Ban Duck Duck Go" in school.
We got this. Hey, buddy. Here's a question though. How many times have you been attacked by a goose?
Oh, several. But
that explains it right there.
Honest,
there we go. Now we know why.
To be honest, I've also been attacked by roosters before, and I don't hate the
Me
rooster.
too.
Yeah, roosters
Evil.
are just doing rooster things. Ducks are just, it's the fact that they don't care about your time. They have no social conscience.
Dude, real quick. Rebecca in the chat, DR are worse. They run into your windshield of your vehicle like they're on PCP.
Right?
That's true. And they get up and fucking run off. It's like, have the decency to die so I can eat you.
Yeah,
no, fuck you. I'm going to fuck your car up and run away.
Yeah. And like I said, well, like Chris said, got all these Canadian geese down here. They ain't got passports. You know what? If they were Mexican geese, we wouldn't send them back.
They would just fly over the wall anyway, though, buddy.
That, my friends, is racism, and I am not down with it. Send the Canadian geese back too. Close all the borders.
Well played.
We need a really, really high wall.
We need a real high wall.
Close
we need a 200-foot high wall. They don't fly that high. But I would love it. We should make it out of glass too. That way they all just their stupid little bees. Take that.
I can just see we're gonna start putting up F-22s every time a flock of geese starts coming over from Canada.
I would pay to just watch a flock of Canadian geese just put oh. Hey.
Deer totaling perfectly good vehicles for the fun of it since forever.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I think deer just get suicidal, honestly. I think they know winter's coming at some point, and they're just like, not again. I'm done.
Nah, fuck this.
Not again.
No.
Or it's like during hunting season, they're like, fuck all this shit, man.
Yeah, that or like, and when the does.
I'm going out on my terms.
They're just pissed that Bambi's daddy is just a player. He's out doing like whatever he wants to do, and they're like, no, not this year. Bloom. Yeah.
That was good.
I hit it.
That was good. Well, that was a good little. I don't know if it's a segue into the guest, but
there's farming stuff. Ducks.
Yeah, it's farming stuff.
Ducks are they do farm duck eggs, which you got to give this. Duck eggs are nice and rich and tasty.
They're good.
You know what happens when they
and I bet they don't stop laying after 2.5 years either.
You know what you got to do when they throw one at you though. Duck.
That's right.
Oh, that joke. Yeah, good one.
All right.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah. Anyway.
Well, there's the segue into our guest. Kevin Van Eckern was a we'll call him a pogue of the police department, logistics guy, turned trainer, turned farmer. He runs an organization called Farm to Veteran, growing his own food and feeding vets.
Yep.
Kevin, what you got for us?
Well, thank you so much for having me on. I really appreciate it, guys. I've been enjoying the podcast for a while, and so it's really cool to be here. So Farm to Veteran came about in 2020, but long before that, I was training cops, and I met a veteran who was a Marine. and I guess I should say is a Marine, because once you're a Marine, you're always a Marine, right?
There you go.
And,
and always a rifle.
They're brainwashed before they go to basic training.
That's right. That's right.
I can confirm.
They're like a cult. The Marine Corps is a cult.
It is 100%.
But anyway, back to you, Kevin.
So I was doing this ride along with this guy, right? And we're in a really crappy neighborhood in the south suburbs of Chicago. And every time we drive by a Marine statue, memorial, he would salute as we drove by. And I've been riding with this guy for 2 days. I couldn't get him to smile. I couldn't get anything out of this guy. I'm like, what the hell? Then we get a shots fired call. And it could be fireworks, could be shots fired. It's 50-50 in that neighborhood. So we roll up and we see 3 young male adults running down an alley. So we give chase. They run into a garage. This garage is from like the 1970s, and hit the garage door, starts closing. This 6'5" Marine that's 250 pounds, just a big dude, gets under and starts like squatting the door. And he and I both assumed it's going to have a pressure sensor or a laser or something that'll make it go up. It did not. It's from the 70s. That thing just kept coming down. It actually bent around him to a good degree until he finally broke it. And these kids are in the back of an empty garage, terrified, thinking that this 6'5" Marine is going to rip them limb from limb, right? And they're literally crying. One of them's actually crying. They turn out to be 15, 16, and 17-year-old kids just shooting off fireworks. Who cares, right?
Yep.
So we're like, hey, just show us that it's fireworks, not gunshots, and we'll let you go. So they showed us, and then he pulled the 17-year-old kid aside, and he said, look, I've seen you out here before, and I've dealt with you before, and you've always been respectful, but I'm worried that you're going to just keep going down this negative road.
Mm-hmm.
I was going down that negative road. I joined the Marine Corps, and it made my life way better. It's something you should look into. And I could see, like, for the first time, he actually had a heart, you know? He wasn't just this extremely stoic dude. And for the next 6 hours of that ride along, he told me about his deployment in Mogadishu and how a lot of his friends came back not doing nearly as well as he was. And it really did not sit well with me that these people are doing these amazing things for us, and we're not doing things that we should be doing for them. And right then and there, I decided if I ever could, I would help veterans. I didn't know how, but if I could, I would. And for the next 6 years, I did 10,000 hours ride-alongs with cops all over the nation, and I met a ton more veterans hearing very similar stories over and over and over again. So I left there, started my own venture capital fund, which is great for your pocketbook, but horrible for your soul. And then in 2020, I decided I got to do something better for my soul. Like, I hate this. And so I had a farm, and I started contacting veteran charities. And I found that there's a ton of places all over America where veterans can be housed for cheap while they're getting treatment for a TBI or mental illness or a drug addiction, but no one was giving them food. And so we started raising really high-end food and started feeding them. And just 2 weeks ago, we had 100,000 meals that we've donated.
Wow.
Damn.
Damn, dude.
It's really exciting.
That's awesome.
Well,
That's impressive.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun, and I get to do something I love every day. I get to go out and hang out with animals and have a good time. And then, this year we'll hit 81,000 meals donated just this year. So
Holy cow.
It's going up.
So this is a
quickly.
huge operation that you're running, obviously. Like, how many people does it take? Like, this is obviously not just you. 3
people.
So are these like, what are you
what do you raise?
Like meat? Is it meat and vegetables that you're raising? Is it just 2.5-year-old chickens? And then
so we have 400 chickens. We raise 60 pigs a year and 5 cows a year. And that produces that, along with, we also have a ranch in Texas, and we harvest wild game for veterans in Texas as well.
So how do you guys pay for the processing of that meat? Because obviously this is
a
huge cheap.
Yeah.
Well, right. And
especially
so
that many head of cows and all those pigs.
Yeah. It's a very expensive process. The whole thing is expensive. And I've been funding it myself for the past 3 years. We're actually doing our first fundraiser September 9th at Lewis University on the south side of Chicago, doing a Bearcat pull, which is an armored vehicle for SWAT teams. So we're doing our first fundraiser, and we're slowly getting more into the fundraising side, but I didn't want to go out and ask anyone for a dime. until I got to 100,000 meals. I wanted to prove that we were legit. We were doing something
Capable,
great. I had seen a lot of charities taking advantage of people and then not
100%.
doing what they should be doing.
So your facilities there, do you have the ability to butcher on site, or how do you handle all the butchering and all that?
Well, unfortunately, in the state of Illinois, that is completely illegal. Like we would go to jail illegal for doing that. A lot of other states are a lot less stringent than Illinois, but the upside of it is that we have a place in Texas that wild game is a lot cheaper to process than cows and pigs. So
Gotcha.
we've offset some costs there, but it's no matter what, it's expensive, but it's so worth it to help these people. It's really fun.
Well, I'm curious because like I'm sure with our reach we could find a butcher in Illinois or something that would be willing to donate their time, or somebody that might know somebody. Is it possible? Because I've seen it before. I've looked into purchasing like a half slab of beef just because it's cheaper.
You got Chris, you're talking about food, so
Is it possible for them to like bring their own vehicle and butcher in the vehicle, or is that still considered like on site and illegal?
So in Illinois, if you have a USDA permit, you can do that. The problem is so few people actually do that because it is so exceptionally expensive and hard to get that certification.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
How do you disperse the meals? Do they come to like a soup kitchen or like a shelter or?
So all the places we provide food for house veterans in need. So we go directly to them and provide and we buy them their fridges and their freezers and all that other stuff so they can keep it in stock. They don't have to keep it in the veterans' apartment themselves, Yeah. So it's been
awesome.
We had to really figure out a lot to get here, but now that we're here, it's freaking awesome that it's just humming along, and now we can focus on getting donations.
Yeah.
And then for anybody, we already threw the link in the chat. I think Chris did earlier, but like just for anybody, they can go directly to that website and donate to your cause.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah. Hey, what if so say somebody is and I mean I guess I'm just spitballing here, but like there's hunters, like either the veteran community's got a lot of hunters or whatever, and they get the meat, they get something, they're just they don't need it, and they want to donate the processed meat. Does it have to be USDA certified, or can they just donate
the wild game part?
It's got to be like that's got to be a logistical nightmare too, like all that.
It is. It truly is.
And,
So the problem is that all these processors that process wild game are really small. I mean, the biggest one I know has 6 employees, right? So they don't have.
That's double what you got.
That's double what you got. Yeah.
It's true. But no one has a logistical network to get these people to take this. And like in Illinois, no one will take wild game, but in Texas they'll take it all day. So you got to find the right location, and then you got to drive it yourself, and it's just this massive pain in the butt. We've actually been working with a processor out in Texas to try and streamline it, but it has just been very difficult.
So this has turned into like a full-time gig for you.
100%. Yeah. This is all day, every day. But it's also so fun. I mean, come on, I get to hunt and feed veterans. Like, that's not a bad deal.
Do you know about, or do you use? I know there's there's a grant out there for veteran farm owner, or veterans that want to run a farm or have a farm or whatever. And I think it only takes like 5 acres or something like that.
Yep.
Do you have a network with like those people, and they can join your organization, or how does that work?
So the challenge we face with all that stuff is that in the farming community, people have very different standards. We have extremely high standards for how we produce food, and we don't want to ever get anyone sick, right?
Right.
So we have to be very careful. We actually do work with 2 other farms that provide their overstock to us for free, which really helps. And we continue to hope to build that network. But we have to vet the crap out of those farms, which is why it's not as simple as I hoped.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. I guess if there was a way for them to, I guess, learn how you guys want it, like learn a standard and understand the standard they have to do when they're starting it. If they were to try to get into it, I think the grant provides like, tax money and all kinds of other relief for them starting it. But if they started that with the expressive purpose of, selling or giving the crop to you guys, but at the standard you want it, like your own source, but just run by like an outsource. You know what I mean?
And the beauty of it is we would teach them how to do it, and then they would only have to give us a small portion of what they produce. They can sell the rest.
Right,
you know?
right.
Yeah, because you still have to be able to make money.
Hey, that might be a new branch of your organization, getting veterans their own farms going.
Yeah, that'd be great. That would be awesome.
That would be sick. That'd be great. Yeah.
That is phenomenal, man. You're doing some
kind of like what
amazing
Big
stuff.
Earl's done here with the podcast stuff.
Yeah, why not? Just keep branching off.
Yeah.
Is what it is.
Exactly.
Hey, there he is. How was golf?
Hey, I was late, and it could be a power play because I knew Kevin was from Illinois, and I despise everything from there, and I do appreciate the fact that he mentioned how Texas does it right, because it is, and like David says in the chat, it's the greatest country in the world.
You from Wisconsin?
I claim Texas now. I am a voting member of the 29th district, so it's.
Got it.
So fuck Wisconsin, right, Nick?
Yeah, exactly, and their socialist governor. But what I will say is I was listening. All right, and I had Natalie listening as well, and I had to explain to her. It was a good way to explain PTSD and TBI, because she was like, "Why is Buddy saying the F word so much?" And I was like, because
everybody knows that
I was like, because Buddy's been blown up. Okay, he's just going. It's all right. But she was like, "Why is he getting triggered by ducks?" But no, like
geese and ducks triggered.
Yeah, but you were right. I was literally
that was
driving. I was driving on the border wall when you were talking about it, and I was like, there's a giant wall here, and I don't see any ducks or geese.
Oh.
And so it's like, looks like the wall works. All right, it's keeping all the Mexican geese out.
It's high enough.
But the Canadian ones are coming down.
The Canadian ones are just coming down like they own the place.
Willy-nilly. They're about that life.
Yeah. Goddamn Cobra chickens.
They're trying to get away from Trudeau also.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh Jesus.
So good.
Oh, glad I actually screwed up, Kevin, because again, it's another power play. We totally forgot to put him on the show when he was scheduled to be on the show, and I was like, that's my bad. So, but I mean,
it all worked out.
I got drunk and put you on the wrong date. I put you on a Sunday, so it happens.
It worked out because this is my celebration for hitting 100,000 meals donated.
Yeah, that's impressive, man.
That's awesome.
Of doing it.
100,000 meals. That's.
I mean, what is
three people
for anybody that's watching, and we've had several people come on the show that have received generous donations afterwards and everything. But for anybody that's watching, could you just explain what your day to day looks like? So you're starting the day off, at whenever, and kind of walk us through it real quick, man.
So we start the farm off at about 8:30. We open everything up, and all the chickens go out, ducks and our geese and everything else. And we do have geese.
Ducks.
Sorry. And we do have ducks. I know. But they're not allowed on roads, buddy. So it's
all
okay.
right. There you go. As long as they're not on the roads, they're fine. Or you just tell them that they have to.
If I see an F-350 coming, though, I know to run.
Yeah. Well, you're not a duck. You're safe.
You don't want to get caught in the crossfire.
Exactly. No, there's crossfire issues here.
Yeah, he's bringing Dick Cheney with him to hunt those birds.
Buddy will catch a friendly fire on that one then.
Yeah, last I heard, he was good at shooting his hunting partners more than he was doves.
Yeah, that's all right. It's just bird shot. It'll rub out.
Yeah. You shoot someone and they apologize to you.
Yeah. That's a whole nother. You talk about gaslighting somebody.
Yeah, sorry for getting in your way, Vice President. Sorry.
Yeah.
I can't believe you made me.
But anyway, we let the ducks out. We let the chickens out.
Yeah, and then the rest of the day is spent solving problems, right? Because the farming seems to be a constant problem you need to solve. So we're dealing with coyotes, weasels, whatever, right? And then we have 14 acres of native prairie we have to take care of as well. And then by the end of the day, it's usually been about a 10.5-hour day. And that's when we make our donations. We clean our eggs, all that kind of stuff. And by the end of the week, we normally donate about 100 dozen eggs. And we hope to not lose a finger to the pigs, because the pigs are the most dangerous animal on the farm by far.
So with all those predators on there, and you being in the communist reform of Illinois,
you can't shoot them.
Yeah, how do you deal with them? You can't have guns. That's illegal in Illinois.
No, you can have guns in Illinois, just not in Chicago.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Only the
And
gang
I'm not in
members
Chicago.
can-
thank God.
That makes a lot
Got
of
you. Only
sense,
the
right?
gang members. Hey, right there. There's a way to get gang members off the streets. Hire them to work your farm.
It's only a $5 fine for killing a gang member. Just mail it in with the body.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
so we
so
actually
there
kill
is a
30 to
question,
45
who lets
coyotes
the
a
dogs
year.
Oh, Yeah, that would be a good way to raise money. Why don't you have people pay to come up to
come
your farm
hunt
and shoot the coyotes?
Yotes. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
do that, buddy. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's.
$200. Let's just go shoot it.
Better
Say $200 a
trash talk
person.
coyote trip.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
I'm in. I'm in.
Yeah.
That's
Fuck it. Let's do it.
That's
I'm
a fun
in.
time.
Yeah.
Hell
Especially get
yeah.
a long gun.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Especially if you're using thermal. It makes it really easy.
Oh yeah.
Well, hey, Kelly Ramirez says yes, but he's Air Force, so you could spot him for us, Ramirez, but you can't shoot him. So
Yeah.
you don't even know where your
I don't
damn
even think
trigger
the Air
finger
Force is
is.
allowed to have guns.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Air Force is not about that.
The Air Force is 100% allowed to have guns. How do you
Yes,
think,
they are.
What do you think they have their blouses on when they're sitting down at their desk? It's what the rifle's for.
Paper
Hey, the Air Force has more SF than the Army does. So
Yeah.
Oh, I know
Yeah.
that.
Every Air Force airman, what's
Airman.
it called now?
Airman,
No,
yeah.
it's-
Air
it's
person.
Air person. Did they change
He
it?
has
God.
CAS. He's pulling the artillery one where he kills in wholesale. So he's like,
Yeah, they're
I
all
got CAS.
pilots. Everybody.
Do you
in the
think
Air
he's
Force is a
Bill?
pilot. Yeah.
Yeah, he's not a pilot. No, that's what I'm saying. He's copying Bill. No, he's not a pilot, but he came on the fight show. I found him on the street homeless, and now he's got when we were in Nebraska. So he
See,
came on the fight show.
Big Earl is feeding homeless vets now too.
Yep.
There we go.
About different reasons, though. I was feeding him bourbon in my hotel room. So, yeah.
Hey, that's wheat. That counts.
Yeah. Corn.
Yeah.
We love you, Air Force.
That's
We
why
love
I had
you.
to get on here because there was no dumpster fire. I had to get it going.
Oh, it was good.
Okay,
right.
buddy getting
That's why
triggered by
it's
the
around.
geese was not a dumpster fire.
Yeah, we're
That was
good.
awesome. That was awesome.
Yeah.
We were rolling.
By the way, I have to tell you guys, I have never heard someone hate ducks so much in my entire life. I'm like, oh my God, what is going on?
I mean, is he wrong though?
Welcome
Is
to
he
Buddy.
wrong?
Oh yeah, I'm
No,
clipping
he's
that
not
together.
wrong. A
You
neighbor
know
of mine
what?
lets his ducks out, and it happens every day.
Yeah.
I don't have the guts to run them over yet, but now Buddy's inspiring me.
Yep.
Yeah, just wait till they stop and they look at you with their stupid little duck face and their like dumb little duck hair, and then they just kind of and then they're like, I'm telling you, they look like an old, haggard, hungover drunk dude.
Yeah.
Just look at you like, what the fuck are you gonna do about it?
It makes you want to punch them in their fucking stupid face.
Yeah, no, okay. I'm starting to get there. I mean, I'm not quite as psychotic as you yet.
I'm
But I'll
not
get
gonna lie.
there.
I'm on Buddy's
I-
level.
I
When I
was
used to
like-
work in Central Park, I had to deal with that shit every day in the spring.
Like I said, I would legitimately
Whole families of 'em.
1980s style, like punch a duck in its dumb, stupid fucking face, and then I'd be like, take that. Here's the bill. Bow. Punch it right in its fucking mouth. Boom.
Oh, this was a good show. This was fun.
But yeah, I
I
don't.
would do a whole
Dave
show
was
on
trying
it.
to actually give Kevin some airtime about exactly the day in life of why people would donate. But where would the money mostly go? Where would you use it? Let's say that you had a big donor listening. Where would you use that money right now?
So right now we're building.
Because you are in
our-
Illinois, so you're already 80% corrupt. So
Say it again.
you're
our
in
banker
Illinois, so
from
you're
Illinois for a
80%
while?
corrupt. Yeah.
All right, easy.
Yeah.
I'm moving to Indiana soon. Go
Well,
easy.
You're a butt cheek of the United States.
No, our big thing we're building now is our cattle ranch in Texas. So that's an expensive process, but it means we'll have a ton of cows out there, and that would produce something like 40,000 more meals when we get that up and running. So
Where in Texas?
Brady.
Okay.
It's the geographical center of Texas.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing living in Texas. I'm about 3 days away from there driving. So
Yeah.
Where are you?
I'm in El Paso.
Okay. Oh, yeah, that's a
That's,
good
I don't know
call.
if you know, that's Spanish for the Paso.
The Paso, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a longer O. El Paso.
It's right
Yeah.
beside El Border.
El Bordero and El Chapo.
Hey, what is it? Juarez? Juarez, Mexico?
Juarez, yeah, that's right there,
Like I
man.
said, I was
Which
just driving
is,
right next to
which
it.
Which is Spanish for duck.
Yeah. Duck.
Duck.
Well, you know,
Stuck as in
my
would
wife
feel
and her
stuck
teacher
as in
friends
get down.
did a little vacation day trip to Juarez, and you know, my wife was all scared. I'm like, no, it's Chicago. You just don't go to the south side. Like you just stay over here, and all the restaurants are nice, and you can have a good time. Just don't go over there because you'll get kidnapped. Like this is what it is. But, oh, man.
So, Kevin, those cutting boards you sent were absolutely beautiful. Are you selling those as well?
Yeah.
As a
you talk
way
about that.
to raise money.
So we do sell cutting boards, coasters, and a bunch of other things on Etsy. Though we cannot, even though all the donations do go to veterans and to our charity, we are not legally allowed to say that because the IRS is crap. So feel free to check us out. But I'm far more interested right now in just letting people know, especially veterans, know what we're doing. I just want to get involved in the community. I want to hear from them. I want to see how else I can help. I mean, you guys have already given me great ideas, right? But I need to get more in touch with this community and learn more about them so I can better serve them.
I know you were going to say that, Nick. In the back. Here comes Nick.
All I ever have is great ideas. So nobody ever listens to me.
That's good, man. I love it, Kevin. I think you're doing some phenomenal work, man.
Thank you guys so much. The other thing I wanted to say is I have really appreciated what you guys have been doing with your community. It is freaking inspiring as hell. When I first looked into starting a charity, I was like, okay, how can I build a community? I just didn't know how. You guys have done it. And I really appreciate what you guys are doing. And I know a lot of other people do as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, shout out to all of our mods,
Yeah.
people that aren't even on the show right now, like everybody in the background doing
Yeah, you got Rob and Brian.
Big shout
are
out to
on here,
VTT official.
Monica showed up earlier and said she burned things
Linda's
down when
here.
she laid an egg.
Yeah, Monica's too busy, like, I don't know, inducting Legion members or whatever she's doing now.
Yeah,
or,
something.
Like,
She's leveling up over there, man. She's doing her thing. Yeah.
Oh man,
that's what's up.
But she does get to wear that cool little hat, so I don't know. That's
She
the only
does.
reason.
She does.
The only reason I want to join one of those organizations is for the hat.
Just to wear the hat.
Like maybe I got the Shiners. You know what are they called? Yeah.
I think they are the Shriners.
Shriners.
Shriners,
Yeah.
not Shiners.
Shiners.
Shiners is something that's over on the east side of Texas.
But that's more of the Mormon thing, right? When you reach the second final level of
level 32.
Level 32
or am I
of
talking
the Masons. The Masons.
33.
You
become Illuminati. After that, you become Illuminati.
Yeah.
Is that when you transition to lizard people?
I think you're able to actually announce that
a
you're Mason
Chris,
once you've reached the Shrinerhood.
You become a reptilian after that. Yeah.
I would love to take part in this conversation, but all I keep thinking about is taking that cutting board that Kevin sent and fashioning a bat handle on the end of it and using it for a duck paddle.
Jesus, man.
I'm gonna hit ducks.
I will pay a large sum of money to see that.
We understand your commitment towards this, but it's getting a little extreme now.
Let's start putting signs up.
We need to have a conversation later. Like
you said, your neighbor lets dogs out. I mean, lets the ducks out.
Yeah.
So why don't we start putting flyers out, little psyops operations that, hey, a group of veterans is coming up here. They don't like ducks. Like
keep them in.
Keep them in. All right. If they're outside, set up a duck curfew. If they're outside the hours of here and here, like they're going down. Right. Like it's happening. Yeah. Like Dave, remember those leaflets they dropped in Bakuba?
Yeah.
Where they said you guys have 1 week to get out of here, and then everybody else is fucking free game. It's like I would leave,
and everybody that stayed was free game.
I would leave.
That was a fun couple weeks.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah, but they said Buddy's platoon down there after we were done, so that was nice that he got to guard the base.
It was a company, but
they only needed one platoon from us.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm just saying.
The entire city, not just like a couple little mahalas all over.
Oh no, we cleared the entire city for like a week straight. Yeah.
Well, actually, I can't take credit for that. I went on leave, so I knew that was going to suck, and I watched the brewery. So
that was a rough city, man.
Because we had to
that
reach
shit was
there
wild
for all the shit you guys missed.
Yeah.
Well,
they were
not a
hiding.
big deal.
I don't know. We found a lot of shit.
Psyops dropped pamphlets that go away. So no, Kevin. Let's organize that for sure. Let's organize some varmint hunting trips, and then we can, have people actually pay for it. That way, they get something out of donating to the farm.
There you go.
Hey, donate and you get to come shoot 15 coyotes. Like yes, like that would be fun. Because I think like in Cambodia.
Or what if they adopted a coyote?
Ooh, yeah.
If
you can catch one, you get to keep it.
Yeah.
And then we videotape
go.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you could actually catch the coyote, it's yours.
Yeah.
That would be.
I do have a friend named Crazy Randy that does have a pet coyote.
Nice.
There you go.
But
Yeah,
we're dogs.
he's out of his mind.
So
Yeah.
but
I mean,
Yeah, we got to talk after the show, Kevin.
Does he hate
Get
ducks?
your podcast going again too.
Oh,
coyotes don't like ducks. Yeah.
What day? Tell us more about that that thing you have on September 9th. That fundraiser. What is?
yeah.
the
So
money
we're doing a
that the-
Bearcat pull. You guys know what a Bearcat is from Lemco?
Oh, I didn't hear the pull part. I just heard
Yep.
the Bearcat something, and I was like, "Are you climbing a Bearcat? What are
No,
we
we're
doing?"
pulling it. So teams of 5, fastest to get across 50 feet wins, or 100 feet, whatever it is. And we have some really cool prizes you can win and all that. We're having raffles, food truck, the whole thing. It's gonna be really cool. It's at
Where do you
Lewis
go to sign
University.
up? Where do you go to sign up for a
On the
team?
website.
Okay.
It's in Chicago though, right?
Yeah, this is Chicago.
I ain't going
Yep.
there.
On the north side though, right?
It is. It's on the northwest side. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
It's not in the city. It's a very nice neighborhood.
Because then we'll have to pay people to hunt humans if we go to the south side. Because
Well,
Jesus
at the
Christ.
end of the day,
you're
at the end
in
of the
a
day,
war
right
zone.
there on a.
You
on
don't
a-
believe
on
me?
a-
Go to heyjackass.com. That's my favorite website. I share it all the time.
It is a great website.
Heyjackass.com tracks every shooting in Chicago, body part, type of gun. It's a phenomenal website. Like seriously, go to it. It's
Yes.
like 85 a day. It's stupid.
It's unbelievable, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is unbelievable.
It's like 175 people have been shot. It's June 3rd. Like, what the hell?
I actually did a ride along with the Chicago police, and they had 33,000 cameras at the time. They showed me a video of a woman unfortunately being shot in the butt. Right, she was okay. She just fell down, and a cop car pulled up. It was at the end of shift. Couldn't see the plate number and just took off. And they're like, they didn't want to do the paperwork. It's that common that people get shot. They're like, I just
That's wild.
Like, what is going on? How bad does the city have to be? It's wild.
We gotta fucking block this
insane.
person.
Yeah,
Nobody
we
cares
gotta-
about
we
your
gotta-
spiritual
We got
readings.
Ifa Modupe Ifa Corday. All right, my spiritual reading covers what's going on in your love life, your finances, your overall health. Yes,
Ooh,
yes.
hey, don't block that. I need that. I need that.
Yeah, that sounds like all of us. All right, we're struggling.
Inbox them
right.
for her or
That's a good thing with this spammer on here, and it's weird that I have to go on there for at least a half hour a day and block them on our page, but don't buy any of our shirts if the guy has 17 letters in his first name and then like a picture of like a flower as their profile picture, and they're selling one of our shirts. It's not us. All right, just go click on the top of the page. That's us.
yeah. Shop.veterantrashtalk.com. Check it out.
I'm still waiting for that. Hey, I bought like 15 of your shirts and they never showed up. Yeah, well, you bought.
Uh-oh,
buddy's
Bye, buddy.
gone. Buddy just got yanked by the duck police.
It's Big Duck. Let's be honest. It's Big Duck coming after.
It is
Buddy.
Big Duck.
How
Yeah.
are the duck? How are the ducks coming after him?
Oh shit.
Oh yeah,
I don't want to get into that because I don't want to be taken out by Big Duck either.
crazy.
Well, you have ducks. You get a pass.
Oh, that's right. Okay, yeah.
You feed them, so you're already on the in.
But I get why he says they're an asshole. They really are.
They are.
Yeah.
Yeah, geese are the worst though. By
Geese
far.
are.
Oh yeah. And actually, I would argue roosters are the worst animal on planet Earth.
Yeah, Natalie said
more than
Natalie said that Buddy's honesty cap sounded like Monty Python rip about migrating sparrows. It's like
African or European?
it doesn't matter. Africa's not migratory. But that's why you can't kill those geese like on a golf course or in your yard because they're migratory. So like they're protected. It's like unbelievable. There's 16 trillion of them. Like it's fine.
You know that at once they were actually endangered?
Yeah.
That's wild, isn't it?
Yeah, because they were getting in our way. We're the top of this food chain. Like
damn right.
It is what
it's,
it is.
It's funny you say that because there was also in Southern California where I grew up, they had that with the California sea lions. The fishing
sea lions
boats
are a little bit better than geese.
Well, no, the fishing boats were going out and slaughtering them because they would eat the fish as you were trying to, not even the bait, the fish you were catching as you were trying to bring them in. You'd fight a fish for half an hour and bring up a head this big, but that's all you got was the head because the sea lions are biting them right behind the fucking biting right behind the neck. And so they were shooting them for the longest time, and then they outlawed it. And now it's back to being a problem. So they just use little firecrackers when they see them get close and just toss them in there.
Have you
Well,
ever
wealth
thought
of
about why
knowledge.
we never catch dolphins when we go fishing?
Yeah, it's very rare.
I mean, it depends on your definition of dolphin, because technically they do down in the
it's
Gulf.
very rare. No,
We're not
it's
talking
very
about the
rare. They'll get
dolphin
caught up in
fish.
some nets and stuff, but
We're-
that's
we're-
about it. Like
Right, but on hook, you're never going to
Yeah,
catch one. Yet,
no.
I guarantee you hang a net, or I'm sorry, a hook out from the clouds with a burger on it, you're going to catch a human.
Yes.
How smart are dolphins?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're super smart. They're the
Yeah.
smartest. Period.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's wild, unbelievably wild.
There's a conspiracy that revolves around dolphins too.
Oh,
but
yeah,
I'm not
for
going to get
sure.
into that for a show.
Like what?
For sure.
Oh,
The saying that
killing
they're
me.
otherworldly.
Really
Yeah, we should look it up.
interesting.
Go down
You
that
should
rabbit hole
stop
tonight.
watching Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, Dave.
I don't know what that is. I did not watch that. But however,
Okay.
because they're super smart in the way they communicate and everything. And
Yeah.
they're the only animal like that. Well, not the only animal like in the ocean that have like sex for pleasure too.
Yep.
Like
They're the only other animals that are capable
Yeah.
of rape,
yeah.
like, and consciously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they hunt sharks, but they will also go hunting with sharks and like follow their patterns and stuff. It's fucking nuts, man. The stuff that they can
wild.
do. Yeah.
We were talking about orcas. What was it?
Oh yeah, orcas are taking down
A couple
boats.
shows ago.
Yeah.
Again, yeah.
So
I heard
only in one-
orcas
it's only in
are
one
a
area.
dolphin.
Yeah.
They're not a whale. They're a dolphin.
Yeah.
Yeah, my favorite, what's it called? Animal Planet show is when there were that group of scientists in San Francisco were monitoring great white movements, and they figured out that these great whites were 2 months early started hiking into Hawaii, like 7,000 miles, 2 months out of the norm, and they did it 2 years in a row. And then great whites started showing up on the beach with their livers removed. So the orcas had figured out how to turn that pot of great whites over and put them in their catatonic state, and all they ate was the liver out of the shark.
Oh shit!
You know, and it's like, so you're talking great whites. They're like, yeah, we're the best. Never mind. We're going to Hawaii. See you later. Like,
Yeah.
Damn.
you guys can have this
terrifying?
beach. Yeah, you can surf this. It's yours. We're out.
Fuck.
But
That's
that's why I don't
nuts.
go in the ocean, man. I don't go past like my chest.
Yeah.
Right?
There's no
Like-
need.
like,
There's no need
you're
for
like,
that.
I'm number one on the food chain right here. As soon as I go in there, I'm like 1,040th. Right?
Yep.
Like there is like a sea urchin that can kill you if you step on it. Like, nope. Playing with
Stonefish,
it.
one of the most
Yeah.
the deadliest animal in the world is in the ocean. There's two of them, two of the worst. The box jellyfish, which by the way are fucking tiny, dead, kill you, and the blue-ringed octopus.
Yep.
By the way, both of those in Australia.
Yeah, you don't mess
Yeah.
with Australia.
No, there's no point to. By the way, in Australia, they have this thing called the suicide plant. If you just brush up against it, you will have searing pain for 12 to 24 months.
You want to die.
Yeah. Like,
Wow.
what happened on that continent to just make everything terrifying?
It all wants to kill you.
Yeah.
Look at the spiders, everything. It's like, why?
Yeah. Why does that place even exist?
Well,
man,
good
well-
show, huh? We're wrapping this
yeah.
sucker up.
Yeah.
This was a good
Who's supposed to
time.
do the AAR? Chris?
Buddy.
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 Okay, I can handle it. I missed the conspiracy, but all I heard was you woke up in a bear and hurt your ass or something like that.
Chickens.
the
Chickens
chickens.
stopping laying eggs.
Stopping legs, but something about you woke up and your butt hurt. I heard something like that before I got on.
That was Buddy talking about how there was an albino grizzly bear
Okay, there you go. I knew it was
Yeah.
a
that
bear.
was
and my butt hurt.
mistaken for a polar bear.
Okay.
And they kept shipping it to the Arctic, and they're like, no, it's a brown bear, so they'd ship it back. And then back, and it just kept going back and forth.
Nice. All right, so we talked about chickens not laying eggs, and then obviously we have proven that if you build a wall, it will stop geese and it'll stop ducks.
And ducks.
All right, we did it on the southern border. That's why you don't see any Mexican geese or Mexican ducks messing around in America. But you got a bunch of those Canadian sons of bitches coming down, and you know what? Maybe we'll start a petition and we'll get it going. What was it? No more duck, goose in school. We'll cancel
Yeah.
that. We'll cancel that with all your other crap you're trying to feed down our kids, you stupid groomers. All right, no more duck, goose. We're getting rid of it. And then we had Kevin on, and it's a pleasure having you on and talking about Farm to Veteran and saving all the meals that you're donating, 100,000 meals. And we'll see if we can keep doing business with you and find a way to help you out here
I really
afterwards.
appreciate it.
Yeah, what a great thing. And again, there's always something you can do to make people's lives better. And whether it's, a day, an hour a week, whatever it is. Do something that makes someone else better. And then the more people you make better around you, the better you will be. So, yeah, it was a great show. I'm sorry I was a little bit late, but it is what it is. And Dave, close us out.
Hey, great time. Kevin, again, you're doing some amazing stuff. Keep doing what you're doing. We're going to talk after this for a second.
Yeah, just
and
hang out.
Yeah, thanks to everybody who tuned in. The chat was fucking lit today. Rebecca cracks me up, man. She's been throwing out some crazy shit. David, thanks for tuning in. Rob, everybody that supports our show. We will be back next Saturday. We're not doing any shows in July, right, Nick? We're taking all
just
July
the fight
off.
show.
So we got what, 2 more shows this month? And
one,
then,
right? One or
one,
two.
the 24th.
Yeah, one. Yeah, the 24th. So tune in next week. If you missed this show, go to veterantrashtalk.com. You can rewatch it on YouTube. You can re-listen on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all that good stuff. Go support us and buy some of our merch. Shop.veterantrashtalk.com. We've got the Quit Being a Triggered Pansy. We got Plan B, grenades, and all kinds of shit. We got the Veteran Trash Talk hat. We got all kinds of stuff. Go buy some fucking shit and support us. All right? Hey, we appreciate y'all, and we'll catch you next Saturday. Boom.